Hello everyone, welcome. Today we're going to talk about the most popular traveler's notebook on Amazon. And it might surprise you because it's not Traveler's Company. It's not the original Traveler's Notebook brand. It's something different. And it even differs within itself in the sense that what I purchased from the listing, the same listing a couple years ago, looks different than what's being shipped now. So there are some surprises here. I will, as per usual, put links in the description in case you find something that you would like to get for yourself or a gift for someone else. And I will also put timestamps in the first pinned comment if you'd like to jump back and forth between the sections. So let's get started with unboxing. Newestor or September leather. If you look at these online, you'll see them listed sometimes under both names. So the Newestor September leather, one thing I would like to note is that it comes with this sticker across. That's good and bad. It's good because if you receive it, you can tell if it's already been opened. So that's a plus. The negative for me is that if I would like to give this as a gift, I can't get the sticker off to check it and then put the sticker back on. Like, it's gonna show that I opened it when I give it as a gift, so I'll need to put it in some other kind of wrapping. But you've just got the sticker on the front, and then this opens up like this. This traveler's notebook does come with some extras, so we'll look at those as well. We have an extra band, and we have a pen loop. I don't usually use these. I don't necessarily like kind of the imprint that they make on either the pages or the traveler's notebook itself. That's a personal choice, but there is one if you'd like to use it. We have a pretty simple dust cover here. And then open it up like this. And this one is the one that does not have pockets. I already have several in different sizes of the ones that have pockets, and I wanted to go back to just simple, original, old school style traveler's notebook where it's just the leather piece. So it has the closure like this, and you can use this in two different ways. It can protect the edge of the leather from the band, making a crease there, but you can also pull it over like this and put, let me grab a pen here. You can put a pen in it, and then that can work as a pen holder. So we open it here, and the one thing that's really nice about the Newestor Traveler's Notebooks is that they do have several bands already built into it. So you don't have to use as many extension bands. That's a pro for me. As I look at the, oops, it included a pen and that dropped out. We'll look at that in a minute. And a binder clip. We'll look at that in a minute. But first, let's look at this leather. I can tell you that the leather is different from the Newestor September leather traveler's notebooks that I have ordered years ago. They used to have more of kind of a smooth leather, and then I would usually roll mine to give them some character, to have that patina come out, to have some marks show up. This one, I don't know if you can see this. I'm gonna try to zoom in and give you a better look at this leather. But it's definitely different leather than I received from this company like 2 or 3 years ago. All right, we'll zoom this back out and take a peek inside. Take the inserts out for a minute. So you open it up, and kind of an original style traveler's notebook is basically just one piece of rectangular leather. That's it. You don't really have any sewing on the edges. You don't have pockets inside. You don't have any like increased stability or anything. It's just a piece of leather. And that's how these are supposed to look. The inside feels kind of suede-ish. And let's do the smell test. It does not smell like leather, in my opinion. It's not a strong scent. It's not an off-putting scent, but if you really try to smell it, I'm picking up a little bit of that kind of formaldehyde smell. And that should probably wear off as you use it. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4 bands. And again, this is probably my biggest pro of the Newestor September leather. styles, they do the same thing in their traveler's notebooks that have pockets. Because you have 4 bands, you don't have to use jump bands as often. They do give you one if you want to continue to expand, but you don't have to. So that's handy, definitely. The little connector thing, so this comes around to close it, right? And the little connector thing is in the spine, which I do prefer, because as you're using that notebook, you've got the spine of your inserts going like this, and then it can sit flat against a table because you don't have that. You do have to move this way or this way, but like if you're writing this way on the table, you can get a nice flat surface because the bump isn't going to be there. All right, so that's our cover. And then included in this were, like I said, the jump band, the pen loop, which matches with the same leather. There is a quite nice binder clip. Kind of fun, looks like a steampunk style. Like that, very cute. And then we have pockets. This is always a handy addition to a traveler's notebook. And let's see what we have for pockets. This is a file folder style. So this is gonna wrap around another insert, or you can put it on its own band, you can choose. But this way you can tuck in things like receipts if you're going to use it as a wallet. You can tuck in ephemera and things that you plan to use in your journaling. So this is pretty useful. And then we have inserts. Okay, so now that we have the plastic off of these, you can see that they have a stapled binding. The first one is ruled, and I would say it's 7mm rule, it looks like. The second one is blank, and the third one is square grid. So that gives you an opportunity to try the different layouts and see which one works best for you, or you can use them for different purposes. I like to use the square grid for my list book. I like to use the blank for art journaling, doing some painting. And I like to use the ruled when I know I'm going to sit down and do a lot of writing. They do have squared corners. If you, like me, prefer rounded corners, you can always get a corner rounder like this one from Carl. This one does 1 cardstock sheet at a time and then a couple of regular pages at a time, like that. I've had this for like 20 years, but they still sell them. So I'll put a link in the description to the corner rounder. Okay, so I have actually used, full disclosure, I've used these Newestor notebooks in the past. And I liked that they do take watercolor, most of my pens, very, very nicely. What I don't like about this paper is that it is ice cream paper smooth. It's like the Zamboni has gone across the ice rink and it's that smooth. Some people really like that. If you're a fan of something like Rhodia paper and you really like to use fountain pens and you don't want anything to catch, then this smooth paper might be great for you. I use gel pens and, I paint a lot, and I feel sometimes that this really, really, really smooth paper almost makes it feel like my pen is skating away from me on that ice rink. So I prefer paper with a little bit more tooth, but it's still a very serviceable kind of notebook, and there are 3 of them. So when you think about the cost of this setup, you're not just getting the cover itself for that cost, you're also getting 3 inserts, which usually run around maybe $10 for a set. You're getting this folder insert, you're getting this one, which I hadn't talked about yet, which is a card pocket holder and a zip pocket. Those can sometimes run maybe $5-ish. You're getting the pen loop, you're getting the clip, and you're getting the jump band. And so you do the math and you end up figuring out that the cover is really inexpensive by itself, along with all the things that came with it, making it a pretty economical choice, especially if you're just getting into traveler's notebooks and you want to see if the setup is even something that you might be interested in. And then they also can be really useful for archiving. So you use the inserts accordingly. You're getting your money's worth, and then you can use this just to archive those inserts and put it right on your bookshelf, and you don't feel like you're using like a $200 cover as an archive. So yeah, I think that's useful. We'll look at the pen in a second. Let's go back to this card pocket holder. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 card pockets, and let's try out a business card here. And on this side. So you can definitely turn this into a wallet if you put, you know, like a credit card, driver's license, insurance card, library card, those kind of things in the front. And then in the back, you could put some cash or stickers or receipts or whatever. And then you have this zip closure. So this is really, it's a nice starter set, and then it gives you pretty much everything you need to get going in a traveler's notebook, and just see if the whole idea is even something that you might wish to continue using. All right, let's try this pen. So there's no label on it. I have no idea what kind of pen it is. Let's write, oh, it's Rollerball. Okay, Rollerball pen from Newestor, September, leather. Now let's do a water test and a smudge test. So no smudging, that's awesome. Okay, so I've got some water here in my wee Yoplait glass that I am reusing, and let's see how this works. Well, believe it or not, I think that might be pretty water resistant. It didn't immediately activate. Might not be completely perfectly water resistant, but it's a good start. I will test that to see if I can use it with watercolors. All right, so decent pen, decent accessories, decent inserts, and the cover in this case is maybe not the best quality leather, but there's nothing obviously wrong with it. And for the price, I don't really see anything that calls out to me that like, oh, I would never, ever, ever order one of these. Yeah, at this price point, pretty decent. Now I have an assignment for you. Please go down in the comments section and chit chat. Let us know, what traveler's notebook covers do you like using most? What's your favorite? And which ones have you had issues with and you would not get again? Tell us why. Let's start the discussion. If you found something helpful here, and I hope you did, please click like and subscribe and share and all that good stuff. Come back and see me again for more journaling, planning, painting, anything to do with making your paper look pretty. Thanks again for being here, and enjoy your own journaling journey. Bye-bye.